Good afternoon and welcome. I ask at this time, first of all, that you grab a seat if you can. And we have a few festivities to go through here. And I would also like to ask the Bergen and the RCSJ teams to come out along the slides. Welcome, Roadrunner Nation, as we are paying tribute today to one of the nation's very best softball coaches, our very own Coach Steve. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about Coach Steve's career to start off with. Coach Steve Pasquale has served as the only coach in the history of the college's softball program. He began the program in 1995, and he's currently completing his 32nd year of leadership with the program. Over more than 3 decades, he has built the program into one that's been defined by sustained excellence, competitive success, and a deep commitment to student-athlete development. We see this all the time. His tenure represents not only longevity, but a standard of consistency and integrity that reflects the very mission of Rowan College of South Jersey. A round of applause for that. Coach Steve's teams have compiled 948 career wins, 2 National Junior College Division III National Championships, 8 Region 19 championships. And then in addition, his teams have produced 32 All-Americans. And among these All-Americans are players from the Runners' 2 national championship teams, including Katie Trotter, Caitlin Pipolo, Brianna Molino, and Christina Morgan. Not surprisingly, Coach Steve's current Roadrunners, whom you see right here in front of us, are continuing the program's amazing success this season. This is almost like a typical season, it seems. 25 wins, 5 losses, and a number 3 National Junior College national rankings. And they've had wins over some of the top teams in the country already in the books, and we haven't even gotten to the postseason yet. So hopefully that success will continue. Beyond wins and championships, however, the true legacy for Coach Steve Pasquale's program lies in the legacy and the culture he has established, one that's rooted in discipline, sportsmanship, academic achievement, and personal growth. And I had a chance to interview Coach Steve earlier in the year for a post that we had out there, and in his own words, this is how he felt about the program. Each player and each team always upheld the integrity of the program. We are incredibly proud of the number of student athletes who went on to enjoy their own highly successful careers in fields such as healthcare, education, and coaching, among many others. This goes way beyond wins and losses, and our players are the true measures of our success. So at this time, on that note, I know we have a lot of alumni players here today. Can you please stand up and let's have a round of applause for these amazing athletes. A little louder, please. Can I ask your family to come out too? Wife Karen, children Amy, Randy, and Danielle. Please come on out. I'd also like to acknowledge very quickly some individuals who have come out today to join us. We have College President Dr. Brendan Rickards. We have Assemblywoman Heather Simmons. We have Vice President Nick Brosicelli. We have Deputy Commissioner Jim Jefferson. And we have past college President Dr. Fred Keating. Thank you for joining us. At this time, I'm going to hand over the announcing to Brian Rowan, Executive Director of Athletics.
Hey, this is a great day. Thanks to everybody who's out here and everyone who's contributed. Special day to thank Coach D. We have some special guests here to do some presentations. And first, we'll turn it over to State Assemblywoman Heather Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Rowan. Thank you, Gus. Thank you, President Rickards, for being here today. Gus talked a lot about legacy. You build a legacy when you commit to the mission and you fight like hell and you become real winners. And that's what you young ladies are, and that's what all you former players are. That's why this program and this institution continues to excel. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the coach. And where did he go? Come here. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the 3rd Legislative District, myself, Senator John Berzicelli, and Assemblyman Dave Bailey, to present you with something called a joint legislative commendation. Now, what that means is that the three of us, on behalf of the entire legislature of the state of New Jersey, have put together a lot of whereases and what fors commemorating your 30 years of service and the legacy that you have built. What it means is much bigger than that. And what it means is that you and this program and all of your current and former players are now emblazoned into the official history of the state of New Jersey. Everything that you've accomplished, the history of this place, and the foundation that you've built for the future success of this organization is part of the history of the state of New Jersey. Congratulations.
Great job. And next, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for one of the Roadrunners' biggest fans, Deputy Director Jim Jefferson.
He just says that because we named the school after him, Mr. Rowan there, that's all. What a beautiful day to be on campus at RCSJ, and what a great opportunity it is to recognize Coach D basketball. Coach, you're easily the best coach that we've had in program history. Easily. You know, you look at his resume, wins and losses, All-Americans, championships, regional titles, national titles. The best part about Coach's resume is the impact he's had on people's lives. The alums that are here speak to how you poured into their lives, but just talking to people that know you, Coach, whether it be students you had in the next parking lot over, players you've coached, you are a Hall of Famer in every sense of the word. You've done so much to make the lives better of young people, and the relationship between coach and player is such a powerful one. You hold a lot of power in their playing time, but also in their lives. And you've taken this position and you found a way to build a program that is built on support, love, respect, and you're building up young people, you're building up young ladies, not just to be great softball players, but to be great people. Coach, on behalf of the entire Board of Commissioners, it is my honor to recognize you today. We will have another coach, but we won't have another Coach D. Steve, on behalf of all of us, thank you. Congratulations. Can we just give it up for Coach D? Come on, make some noise! Make some noise! Come on, get up off your feet, get on your feet, come on, folks! Guys, given 32 years to this place. Come on! Sorry, I had to do it.
We love it. We love having you here. Ladies and gentlemen, next we'll hear from RCSJ College President, Dr. Brendan Rickards.
So a lot of it was already captured, but you know, when I think about Coach D and think about 30 years, that's 30 years of changing people's lives, like our Commissioner Director Jefferson just mentioned. To the current students, to our current players on the team, you know, you have become part of Coach D's history, not because of the wins and losses, not because of what you're doing here, but what you're doing in the future and what you're doing in the classroom. Remember, college is about being involved, and I think the biggest attribute that I can give to Coach D is his real push to support all of our former players, a lot of which are here, as well as those on the team. So, you know, on behalf of the college, with 30 years of service, and like Commissioner Director Jefferson said, there will be another coach, but not another Coach D ever. He is a true legend here, and the college could not be more appreciative, and I think all of us in the audience, especially the former players and current players, would agree with that. But we want to wish him the best, and congratulations sincerely from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Thank you for everything that you've done with the college. And more importantly,
Hey folks, on behalf of the Department of Athletics, we've had an unbelievable run in softball with Coach D. Our gratitude is immense. His family, his friends, the alumni that are here today, we thank you so much. Very hard to find a small gift and token for a coach like this, but we tried our best, and we have something here, Coach, from the college. We'd like you to try to unwrap if possible. And see, as a small token of appreciation for the college, he said, "Is it a wheelchair?" It's not. It's not. If you need any help, Coach, maybe one of the players can help if they need you. Coach D is one of a kind, and we got him a one-of-a-kind item that there's only one and one of. Hey, Coach D can finally sit back and relax. At this time, we're going to ask the current players and coaches and staff to jump in a picture with our dignitaries and his family. And at some point, we do want to get a great picture of our alumni all together. Thanks, everybody, for coming and congratulating Coach D.
They all go down to place.
In case one of the 3 buses get it.
Right.
They have free glizzies still.
Okay, let's have another round of applause for Coach D. Coach, I'm sorry that we can't keep that out. Congratulations. Enjoy the ball games.
Well, good afternoon from Rowan College of South Jersey. Dan Wilkins Broadcasting presents junior college softball on this Tuesday afternoon as the Bergen Bulldogs visit the Rowan College Roadrunners. Obviously, we had a wonderful pregame presentation to honor 30-plus-year head coach Steve DePasquale, who is retiring after this season, the first and to date only softball coach in Rowan College history. I think the Assemblyman Jim Jefferson said it best. He said there will be another coach, but there will never be another like Coach D. Bergen's coming into this game at 4-16. They are 4-14 in the Garden State Athletic Conference. They've played all region games this year, and they're looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. They opened their season at 2-2 with wins over Ocean County College and Camden County College, and they beat Middlesex back in early April. So 3 of their 4 wins that they've had this season have come in the present month. So we are seeing a little bit of a change for Bergen as they'll be getting Emily Childs for the Roadrunners start this afternoon, the right-hander, and the sophomore from Gateway Regional High School. Meanwhile, for Bergen, let's check here one more time. I had to check the lineup real quick because it ended up searching away from me. We can also take a look at the lineups right now as it is for Bergen. Ariana Garro leads off at shortstop. Helena Stam is your pitcher this afternoon. Ava DeBar bats third behind the plate. Caitlin McQuaid will be the third baseman batting fourth. Angelica Velez will be the center fielder in the 5 slot. Andrea Ray, the second baseman, in the 6 slot. Jasleen Valley will be the first baseman batting 7th. Juliana Canales will be the left fielder batting 8th. And Shelby Perez will be the right fielder batting 9th. For Steve DePasquale and the Roadrunners, Angelina Lindner leads off at shortstop. Cameron Johnson of Deptford High School bats second in center field. Jillian Lodren is the third baseman batting third. Jordan Rivera is your designated player in the cleanup spot. Rachel Parr is your first baseman batting fifth. Riley Finnegan is the catcher in the 6th slot. Natalie Pogrzelski is the left fielder batting 7th. Anna Hargraves, the right fielder, in the 8th slot. And in the second base slot out of Glassboro High School, Ella Crosby batting 9th. And as we said, Emily Childs will be your pitcher. So Coach DePasquale and Coach Campen for Bergen are meeting behind home plate right now with the umpires for today's contest. We're going to take a break. We've got pregame introductions and the starting lineups. Well, we just gave you the starting lineups, but we've got pregame introductions and the first pitch coming up just after the break.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear. Woo!
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence.
With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Epplite, you know, he's, again, one time leaving the bases loaded is frustrating enough. Doing it twice in a row. Oh, how about this? Line drive. They're going to, no, he's throwing it around the infield. They're going to throw him out at first. He's out. I have never seen that before. That is a 5-4-3 ground out because the third baseman thought he caught it. The home plate umpire said no, so he threw it around the infield and then got the out at first anyway because the batter thought he was out.
The batter stopped. The third baseman thought
Everybody
he caught
stopped.
it, and it touched.
It will be inbounded by Pat Monahan. Oh, the ball gets away. Who's going to have it? GCIT will hang on to the possession. It goes to Stanwood. Stanwood inside. They'll get the shot off. It's gone! Unbelievable! Gloucester calls the timeout, but will they get it? Unbelievable! Unbelievable! A double contest shot from Hellman! Wow. Ryan James wanted the timeout, but did they get it in time? Excuse me, Goldberg is a shortstop tonight, but he had a 400 average in 2023 as a junior. A homer in each of his sophomore and junior campaigns, 331 career mark and a 430 career slugging percentage. And speaking of home runs, there's a fly ball to left, and it's gone! Devin Goldberg answers on opening day with a first pitch rocket to left, and it's 1-0 Bridgewater. We were just talking about the long ball, and he stomps on the plate, mobbed at home, and Goldberg, the leadoff man, with a swing of gold. It's 1-0.
BB and Copsetta trading a couple looks. They know what's going on. Full count. Bases loaded. Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons in the Ralph Shaw Classic 26th annual. They are back on top for the
Emily Childs from Gateway Regional High School is your starter this afternoon for Game 1. 1.48 ERA in her sophomore season, already up to the 100 strikeout mark as a sophomore. 23 starts, 10 complete games, 94 and a third innings pitched. She's only walked 27 batters. She's going to hit, assuming she stays in the game for more than 2 innings, which is almost guaranteed today. She's going to reach her 250th career inning with the Roadrunners. She had 154 as a freshman, 94 as a sophomore, and with a 1.78 career ERA, she will dig in versus the Bergen Bulldogs. Your starting lineup again for Bergen: Ariana Garrow is your shortstop leading off. Helena Stam is your pitcher. Ava DeBar is the catcher batting third. Caitlin McQuaid at third base. Angelica Velez in center field. Andrea Ray at second base, and the ball game is underway with a swing and a miss, 0-1. Again, taking a look at that 7, 8, and 9, Jesseline Valley is the first baseman batting seventh. Juliana Canales in left field, Shelby Perez in right. Childs, the 0-1. Tried to show bunt that time, but pulled back. Wasn't really fully committed to it anyway, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Garrow batting .333 in 18 games, 1 homer, 7 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases for the freshman, as that one's away. Two balls, 2 strikes to Garrow. Childs gets the swing and a miss. She'll get the throw down to first as the ball was dropped, and it's in time. Rachel Parr picked that one up, and there's one away. So here is the pitcher, Helena Stam.
Number 2, Helena Stam.
Another freshman at the plate, batting .264. No homers, 8 RBIs, 11 runs scored as the strike is called. Bergen coming on, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak today. Their last win was back on the 14th versus Middlesex. 3 of Bergen's 4 wins this season were in the month of April. They beat Ocean once, Camden once, and Middlesex once, although they have not swept a series this year. They're right now sitting right towards the bottom of the standings at 4-16 as the 0-2. Check low. No appeal. And it's 1-2. Oh, there will be an appeal, but no. One ball, 2 strikes. Childs delivers. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Emily Childs, and 2 up, 2 down. So here is their catcher, Ava DeBar, sophomore. Batting .400 this year. Definitely a bright spot on this Bergen team, 13 RBIs. Strike is called, 0-1. DeBar, also a field hockey player, went to Hackensack High School, batted .453 with Hackensack, the Comets, as that one's low. 2 balls, no strikes. In her senior season in 2024, DeBar batted .479 with 35 hits, 16 RBIs. There's a strike called. And that was also a Hackensack team that didn't have the best success. They went 2-21 with a winless record in the Big North Conference during DeBar's senior year. Here's a 2-1, fly ball center field. Cameron Johnson is there, and the inning is over. So 1-2-3 frame for Emily Childs as kicking off this celebration of Steve DePasquale. We're going to have several special guests on the broadcast this afternoon, but that will continue after the break. Helena Stam, the pitcher for Bergen, coming into this game with an 18.19 ERA. She has a 1-6 record, 32 1/3 innings. She's allowed 81 hits, and she's going to try to bring those numbers down this afternoon here in game 1 of this 2-game set versus the Roadrunners. She's got 11 strikeouts on the season, and she has allowed 14 unearned runs. Grand total of 98. 84 of them have been earned. So
Shortstop, Angelina Linder.
No better test for Helena Stam this afternoon than versus the number 3 team in the country, who also played another nationally ranked team this past weekend with the Rhode Island Knights, as that one is going to miss inside. Breaking ball on the first pitch from Stam to Lindner. Again, your starting lineup for the Roadrunners. Angelina Lindner is your shortstop. Cameron Johnson in center field, bats second. Jillian Logren is the third baseman, batting third. Jordan Rivera, the designated player. And that one's going to hit Lindner, so she'll get a free trip to first base. Jordan Rivera, the designated player. Rachel Farr at first base, batting fifth. Riley Finnegan is the catcher, batting sixth. Natalie Pogorzelski in left field, batting seventh. Anna Hargraves in right field, batting eighth. And Ella Crosby in the 9 slot at second base. Emily Childs, the pitcher. Runner goes. No throw down to second. They'll leave it uncontested. And Lindner gets into second base. No Sienna Walterson in the lineup. Not sure if she's going to play either game today. I did see that she was hitting before the game started. Fly ball left side, out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. But a very good crowd on hand for the celebration of Coach D. Pasquale. As of today, 948 wins. So if he sweeps this doubleheader, he would have 950 at the end of the day. That one's away. That one's going to go to the backstop. It hits off of the netting. And runner will go to third. 3 balls, 1 strike to Cameron Johnson. 2-2. Fly ball left side, out towards the left field grass. It's going to drop for a base hit. Johnson's going to get to second. That's going to be an RBI double. Cameron Johnson, good way to poke one down the left field line. It's a good piece of hitting, and it's 1-0 RCSJ. So here is Jillian Logren.
Number 22, Jillian Logren.
Logren, excuse me. Logren shows bunt. Now the throw down to third will be a little bit high, and it's going to get away. They'll go into left field. Johnson's coming home. Here comes the throw from the left fielder. It's not in time. And that run comes in to score. So a 2 spot here for RCSJ in the bottom of the first, and it's 2-0. Logren batting .521 in her freshman season out of Collingswood. 1 homer, 31 RBIs. Inside. Logren also played girls basketball for Collingswood and girls volleyball during her freshman season. Logren just had just about 100 points in her seasons with Collingswood. They just got a new head coach this past season, Mike McEwen, after Nancy O'Neill retired. Of course, Mike McEwen, many would know him for his time at Collingswood's football program, all-time leading receiver at LaSalle. But multi-sport athletes always welcomed here at these community colleges, these small campuses. Of course, RCSJ just announced they are adding flag football as a NJCAA sanctioned program in the spring of 2027, as that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. And the Roadrunners' first 3 base runners have reached with nobody out. So the batter will be Rivera.
Number 17, Jordan Rivera.
And if there's any saving grace here for Stam to start this game, I think the big thing is that one's going to be low. Runner will get down to second, no throw. I think the big thing here is that, first of all, that hit by pitch and the double, that's one thing. But She'll have to keep more. She'll have to keep more command of the zone to stay in this game. Obviously, the Roadrunners are going to try to pile on early and often, but she doesn't have the same velocity as some of these other pitchers. So the best thing that you're going to have to do as a pitcher of this style is to command the zone. Try to paint the corners, maybe try to work the outside a little bit, force some weak contact, or even force some rollovers back to the third base side, as that's going to hit her. And that's going to put runners on first and second here for Rachel Farr, the first baseman. Second hit by pitch that Stam has allowed in the early going.
Number 29, Rachel
Still
Farr.
nobody out. So it'll be a little platoon matchup here with Farr. One gets away. Both runners will advance. 1 ball, no strikes to Farr. Farr batting .397, no homers yet, but 18 RBI as that one skips in. And the Roadrunners, as our good friends down on the field mentioned in the pre-show, 25-5. And another funny thing that was mentioned was that 25-5 feels just like another typical season. They had back-to-back national championships in 2011 and 2012, and they have won 8 Region 19 titles. As that one gets away, good save behind the plate by DeBar. And the bases are loaded now following the second walk surrendered by Stam.
Riley Finnegan.
Riley Finnegan will bat, but regardless of the score today, plenty of alumni on hand for the Roadrunners. As breaking ball called for a strike, and that's exactly what we're talking about there. If Stam can control the inside half of the plate, you can force some weak contact and force some ground balls that will get you outs, because you're not really going to have to worry about a lot of strikeouts here. It's not inherently a bad thing to pitch to contact. I mean, if you're Bergen here, you work the outside of the zone, you try to get some better control, and just try to keep a lid on things. Because Emily Childs did take care of Bergen's order pretty easily in the top of the first. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center field. The 2-1. That one hits her. So we'll go station to station. Another run will score for RCSJ, and it's 3-0. So the Roadrunners indeed attacking early and often here in game 1 of this 2-game set.
Natalie Pogrzewski.
Pogrzewski, the batter. And that will be another hit by pitch. So a very quick 4-run spot for the Roadrunners here in the bottom of the first inning. No outs have yet to be recorded. Anna Hargraves, the batter. Now Bergen will have a quick mound visit here. Head coach Julia Campen talking over with her. As the Roadrunners now in a very prime position, bases loaded and nobody out, a 4-run game. For Division III in Region 19, only 8 teams compete in the Division III bracket. 7 compete in Division II. Atop the Region 19 standings right now is Brookdale. They have a 25-9 overall record, which is not as good as the Roadrunners' 25-5. However, the main number that matters is your Region 19 play, in which Brookdale is 19-1. And RCSJ is 17-1. Now, if RCSJ sweeps both games today, they would tie with Brookdale for that number 1 spot. Here's a line drive. That one goes foul. Good contact off the bat of Pogrzewski. Hargraves. And going down the list, Northampton 14-6, Camden 11-14 with the multi-sport head coach Chip Rattano. Ocean 6-15, Cumberland 4-13. Bergen 4-16, and Middlesex 4-21. So that's where the disparity in competition really starts to be certainly revealed. Is that there's a ground ball foul. It'll be 2-2. But that's just one thing to consider, is that you have 9 teams competing, 8 teams competing in Region 19 Division 3, and 4 of them have 6 or fewer wins. So here's the 2-2. Floater out to short. It's caught. That'll be one away. Good play over there at short. Was able to backpedal, make the play.
Number 8.
So Garrow brings that one in, and Ella Crosby already the 9 batter for Rowan College. She'll bat with the bases loaded and 1 away. Strike called. 0-1 to Crosby, the left-hander out of Glassboro High School. One goes to the backstop. Not a whole lot of room to run back there, so nothing there, and it's 1-1. This one's a fly ball out to shallow center field, and it's caught at second base. Runner's going to tag, and she will score. So Farr comes in. It's out number 2, but it's a sacrifice fly, and it's 5-0. And the Roadrunners up early here in the ballgame in Game 1. So Lindner will send us back to the top of the order here. I think even Bergen was surprised that the runner went, but Roadrunners decided to take a gamble, and they got the run home as this one's fouled back. 0-1. Not often do you see a sac fly in the infield, but it was deep enough. It was on the edge of the grass, edge of the dirt. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Gets in there, and it's 0-2. Bergen will bat 4, 5, and 6 in the top of the second, leading off with Caitlin McQuaid, Angelica Velez, and Andrea Ray. 0-2. Swing and a miss. That ball's going to kick away, but the runner's at first. So that should be, well, oh yeah, that's right. With 2 outs, runners go automatically. So yeah, she will be safe. And that will be a strikeout, drop third strike. I got confused for a second, but then I remembered. Yeah, that is the right rule. With regardless of how many runners are on, everybody goes on a 2-out, drop third strike. So RCSJ gets another chance, and the bases will be loaded for Cameron Johnson. Johnson blooped an RBI double in her first at-bat of the inning with the Roadrunners batting around. Ball skied out towards left center field. Going back, Garrow, and she'll make the catch. Nice play there to stop the bleeding as Bergen surrenders 5 runs in the first, but they get out of it by surrendering with the bases loaded. We go to the top of the second here in Deptford Township. The Roadrunners 5 and the Bulldogs 0. Caitlin McQuaid leads us off for Bergen in the top of the second inning. the third baseman in today's contest, as Bergen trails by 5 after the first inning. A strong start by the Roadrunners as the first pitch is up and away from Childs. 1-0. McQuaid batting .426 in her freshman year, 22 RBIs. Strike called, 1-1. One is up and away. Caitlin McQuaid out of Paramus High School. Another Big North Conference competitor, batted .258 in her senior season, as there's a swing and a miss. 2-2. Paramus went 11-13 in 2025. Lost in the first round of North 1's Group 3, as there's a strike 3 called. 3 Ks for Childs, and there's one away. Paramus was the 11 seed. They lost in their playoff game 18-0 to Roxbury.
Number 10, Angelica Velez.
Randolph, the 5 seed, ended up winning that sectional championship. The strike is called. McQuaid, Velez, and Ray in this inning. Grounder, foul, just missed down the first base line, and it's quickly 0-2. Up and away. Velez out of Kearney High School in Hudson County, batted .395 in her senior season. As this one's poked back behind the plate, and reeling it in for the catch is Finnegan, out number 2. Nice play to trap that one. It looked like it might have hit her chest protection before it went into the glove.
Number 17,
But it's an out nonetheless.
Andrea Ray.
And it's out number 2 of the second inning. So here's Andrea Ray. Strike called to Ray. Ray out of Elmwood Park had 12 hits in her career with Elmwood out of the NJIC, as it's 0-2. It is fun covering these teams from North Jersey because you get to learn a lot about the high schools from up there and a lot about the programs that are successful and those that, you know, succeed in them, because even though it's the same state, sometimes North and South Jersey feel like they're worlds apart, but they really aren't. You just don't get to see them as much as, you know, the programs down here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Emily Childs. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Roadrunners 5, Bulldogs 0.
Number 22, Jillian Laguerre.
Strike called to Logerin to start the bottom of the second as that one misses inside. 3, 4, and 5 to start the second for the Roadrunners. Logerin, Rivera, and Farr. Logerin walked in her first at bat. Roadrunners put up 5 runs on just 1 hit, which was the RBI double, as that one is ripped but foul down the left field line. And it'll be 1 and 2. One, 2. Misses low, 2 and 2. On deck will be the Clearview product, Jordan Rivera. That one misses in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Remember, mercy rules for softball. If a team is up by 8 runs after 5 innings, contrary to what it is in baseball, which is 10 runs after 5 innings. Well, that's in high school. It will be 10 after 7 in a college contest, as that one is a ball to Logerin, and she will walk for the second time today. So here's Jordan Rivera.
Jordan Rivera.
Rivera did not get a whole lot of playing time at Clearview for softball, but she did play in a majority of the team's games in 2025 during her senior season. Had 4 hits, 6 RBIs. Throw down to second. Will not be in time. Runner swipes the bag. But fans lining up for they announced that there's some free food. They're giving out a couple hot dogs to the first 100 people in line, as this one's a fly ball down the line. It'll be foul, and it's 1 and 1. They said that the first 100 people in line for hot dogs and the first 100 people in line for ice cream get it for free. As if we learned nothing from the 1976 White Sox, but it's 1 and 1. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball popped up. This one might go out of play. It will. Look out, and it careens into the back corner of the stands. Doesn't happen all that much here, and it's 1 and 2. And I know there's some kids in the stands that would have liked to have brought their glove today, but it's 1 and 2. That ball bounced off of, I think, one of the benches and then just scattered its way up to the top row of the bleachers. Here's the 1-2. That one's going to skip behind the batter. Pitcher apologetic, said she lost her grip. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second for the Roadrunners. Stam delivers. That one skips in. Did not hit the batter. That one got behind her, and Logerin actually started to break from second. She got halfway between second and third, but she did not decide to steal. The 3-2 payoff. Line drive. Got in on it, and it's foul. That one was just kind of jammed a little bit. I think that she wanted to get a little bit earlier on it and square up better for contact, but at the same time, it's really hard to move your hands from one position to another in the middle of a swing. You know, once that's kind of set, just like that, it's a base hit to left. Left fielder bobbles it. Runner's coming home. Ball gets away in the infield. Runner gets to second on the throw. It'll be an RBI single for Jordan Rivera. And it's 6-0.
Rachel Farr.
And with nobody out, the Roadrunners score again. That's just the second hit of the game, not just for the Roadrunners, but for both sides. As this ball's hit out to left center field, it's going to get off the glove of the center fielder. This will be extra bases for Farr. Coming home, it'll be Rivera to score. Put that PAT on the board. It's 7-0. Now, I am going to put that down as an E8 in my book because I think that it was ordinary effort for the center fielder to get there. She didn't have to stretch or dive or even slide to make that play. So I'm going to put that in the book as an error, but we'll see how the home book scores it, as it'll be a pop out to short on the first pitch for Finnegan. Batter will now be Pogrzelski. The 2 runs already across for RCSJ in this inning. As Pogrzelski, who was hit by a pitch, everybody went station to station. She was hit with the bases loaded, so drove in a run. Inadvertently, if you will, because that does not count as an RBI, as that one's low.
Dude, I can't. There's nowhere for me to put this water. Every time I go to knock it over.
Ground ball, third base. That gets through for a base hit. Got through the left side that time, so runners will be on the corners.
Number 7, Anna Hargraves.
Hargraves the batter, 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball. That's going to get through. That'll be an error on the shortstop. 1 run comes in. Green light from third. No throw. And it's now 9-0. So the Roadrunners in the bottom of the second inning have already put themselves, they still got a couple more to play, but they've already put themselves in mercy rule territory with another 4-run inning. As the bats are lively here, but Bergen has committed their second error of the inning.
Number 8, Ella Crosby.
At least in my book. Like I said, the home book is the one that is official for this game. So that first one could be borderline. I think that one was a very fair and square error on Garrow, but a swing and a miss to Crosby. But 2 runs, error or hit, 2 runs came in to score no matter what, as that's a grounder foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside. So if I'm correct, the Region 19 championship would be at the number 1 seed, which at the moment would be Brookdale, but what would be the case if there was a tie between Brookdale and the Roadrunners? Shortstop removes her cap and she makes the catch. Not often do you see softball players wearing a baseball-style cap, but Ariana Garrow wearing one today. Made that play over at shortstop for out number 2. We go to the top of the order for Lindner. Crosby popped out for out number 2.
Number 1, Angelina Lindner.
How about Ariana Garrow, as there's a swing and a miss. Bergen has recorded 5 outs in this game. Obviously 3 in the first, 2 in the second. That's how softball works. But 4 of those 5 outs have come to the shortstop, Ariana Garrow. She's caught 3 pop flies and 1 line drive. But Bergen has yet to commit they have not only not committed a strikeout, they also have not committed a ground ball out either. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball foul, 1-2. One, 2, line drive. That one's foul. Gets out of play. Bergen still without a base runner in this game. Will bat 7, 8, 9. Valley, Canales, and Perez. The 1-2. Grounder foul. Bergen trying to get out of the jam, though. They've already put themselves in a pretty deep hole in this game 1. As this ball's popped up, look out again. This is going to go out of play, and it'll land in the grass. Kid's got to grab it. Let him run a little. It's 1-2. So with Valley leading off. Childs has 4 strikeouts in her first 2 innings. The third inning will be her 250th as a Roadrunner. Comes into this game with 248 and 1/3 innings as this ball skied center field. Going over and making the catch will be Velez. The inning is over. The Roadrunners put up 4 more, and after just 2 frames, they're pretty solidly ahead in this one. It's 9-0. Top of the third inning here in Deptford Township. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first attempt. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road, just minutes from Route 55. 1 ball, no strikes to Valley. 7-8-9 for Bergen. Valley, Canales, and Perez. As the strike is called, 1-1. Bergen's only put 2 balls in play in this game. The 1-1. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. This is the 250th inning for Emily Childs. And she's going to get a strikeout in said 250th inning. That's number 5 for the right-hander out of Gateway. And there's 1 down here for Canales.
Number 6, Juliana Canales.
Canales, low and away. This one's a grounder foul. Strike called. Childs, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's a half dozen for Emily Childs, and there's 2 away here in the top of the third. We'll go to the number 9 batter in Perez.
Number 1, Shelby Perez.
So Shelby Perez, the number 9 batter for Bergen. Bergen and Camden County played a quite unusual doubleheader early in the season. Bergen lost both games, but the final score of Game 1 was 23-21, and the final score of Game 2 was 24-21. In both of those games, Camden softball scored 10-plus runs in an inning both times, but it was just a back-and-forth jockey. There's a strike called, and that will retire the side. So no better way for Emily Childs to have her 250th inning than to have a strikeout of the side. She has struck out 7 Bergen batters in the first 3 innings of this afternoon's contest. Here in Game 1, Roadrunners ahead solidly. Bergen's going to try to stop the bleeding. It's 9-0. Back here in the bottom of the third inning for the Roadrunners says Cameron Johnson leads it off, 2, 3, and 4 for RCSJ. That one's floated foul. Look out in the on-deck circle. Emily Childs, 9 for 9 to start this game. 7 strikeouts on the hill. We just mentioned she just came out of her 250th inning with the Roadrunners. Johnson, the only girl not to grab a bat in the second. She is 1 for 2. She had the only hit in the first inning. 11 batters came up for RCSJ, but there was only 1 hit, and that was Cameron Johnson's RBI double to score Angelina Lindner as the 3-2. Wavers at it. That one goes back to our left, and it's 3-2. In the fourth inning, we will have a special guest on the air, the daughter of Coach Steve DePasquale, Danielle DePasquale. Also played for the Roadrunners from 2007 to 2008, was an All-American. One of the many All-Americans DePasquale has had, 32 in total. And who knows, could get a couple more this year in his final season. Never know, some high batting averages on this Roadrunner team, but she'll be joining us to talk about her dad and his legacy here at Rowan College in the bottom of the fourth inning here in Deptford Township, as the batter will be Lozeren. 0 for 0 so far, 2 walks. But for what it's worth, it's 55 degrees today. Certainly doesn't feel like 55 with the sun being out, not a cloud around, as that one is low. Two balls, no strikes. This ball's skied foul. 2-1. This ball's hit foul, and it's 2-2. So after the 2-0 start, back-to-back foul balls. Line drive, fair ball off the third baseman's glove. She'll have a play. Throw to first, gets away towards the Bergen dugout. Runner's going to go to second. And she'll get in there. That'll be an error on the third baseman for throwing it away. That's the third error Bergen has committed. By the way, other games going on in Region 19. We do have a final score.
Jordan Rivera.
Actually, no, that game is being updated live. Lackawanna leads Sussex 16-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Also, games being played today. Monroe plays Mercer. Camden plays Northampton. Salem hosts Morris. Brookdale hosts Middlesex. We'll try to keep an eye on that game because that will determine who has the lead in Region 19. Remember, Brookdale has played 2 more games than the Roadrunners. They are 19-1 in Region 19. RCSJ is at the moment 17-1, but it would depend on how Brookdale plays today versus Middlesex to depend on who fares what in the Region 19 standings. We have our other game going on today, and then RCSJ, Cumberland, and Ocean. 2 teams vying for extra position, both under 6 wins this season. And a swing and a miss, 2-1. Skied in the infield. Should be an infield fly, but no signal. It was called, and it's one away.
Batting for the Roadrunners, number 29, Rachel Farr.
Rachel Farr, the batter, as Rivera popped out. One out, 2 runners in scoring position. Bergen looking for a scoreless frame, but here's a fly ball to right center. It's caught. Play on the run made, and the run will score. As bringing it down was Velez. It's a sacrifice fly, and there's 2 away. It's now 10-0 Roadrunners.
Number 14, Riley Finnegan.
So here's Riley Finnegan. 2 away, runner on. First pitch missed, 1-0. For the rest of this week on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and potentially Saturday if the rain holds off, which we all know it probably won't, we'll have baseball, as that'll be a hit by pitch. Tomorrow we travel up to Morristown High School for Olympic Conference National Division play between Cherry Hill West and Morristown. On Thursday, I go back to my alma mater for Colonial Conference baseball between Sterling and Audubon. On Friday, we'll go down to Franklinville for Gloucester County baseball between GCIT and Delsey. Here's a ground ball out to short, stopped on the backhand, throw to first, not in time. That's going to be an RBI infield single for the Roadrunners. Strong effort, but no cigar, and that'll make it 11-0.
Now at the plate, number 7, Anna Hargrave.
So here's Hargraves. Ball skied, first base. It's going to drop, and it's a fair ball because it went past the bag. If that ball had dropped before the first base bag, she would have had the out, but instead, she just couldn't get a reel on the ball, and that will be a base hit as Jocelyn Valley had some trouble with it.
Coming to the plate, number 8,
Ella Crosby.
Ella Crosby.
So the bags are loaded here. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 2 outs. But the Roadrunners will be wrapping up their 3rd rotation in the order already here in the bottom of the 3rd. 11 batters came up in the first, 8 batted in the second, and we are on batter number 8 of the 3rd. That one goes through the legs of the catcher, but the Roadrunners will be conservative here with their approach and hold up. As we were talking about, though, GCIT and Delsey on Friday will be in Franklinville, although I wouldn't mind going to a GCIT home game because if you can tell where we are, I wouldn't have to travel very far to go to a GCIT home game. That ball's off the glove of the shortstop. No play at short. That ball gets away. 2 runs are going to score here. So try to get the fielder's choice, and the Roadrunners add on another. They score 4, and it's now 13-0 Roadrunners here in the 3rd.
Number 1, Angelina Libby.
Hargraves held at second. Pogrzelski came in, and so did Finnegan. Line drive, fair ball. Finnegan gets it down, Lindner gets it down. That's going to be 2 runs. We had a baker's dozen, and this is going to be an inside the park home run. On a fly ball down the left field line, Angelina Lindner, 2nd time this year, inside the park homer. That one got trapped away in the corner, and it's now 16-0. Roadrunners, as they've put up 7 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, their biggest offensive output of the game. And now Coach Picard will meet with her pitcher. I am surprised she's left her in this whole game, but Bergen may also not have a lot of other choices to be on the hill. Well, I guess it's not much of a hill in softball, but on Saturday, weather permitting, we'll go to Alcyon Park in Pittman for the Joe Lang tournament. For the 2nd year, Gateway plays Pittman on Friday night. We will not be there, but the 4 teams participating in the tournament are Gateway, Pittman, Highland, and Cinnaminson. We'll have Cinnaminson and Highland at 11 a.m., and then we will have the Joe Lang final from Alcyon Park at 1:30 p.m. So with the Roadrunners batting around, Cameron Johnson will bat.
Now batting number 4, Cameron Johnson.
But a 7-run inning for the Roadrunners here. And that one misses. Bergen will bat 1, 2, and 3, their leadoff batters in the 4th inning. Here's a ground ball right back to the mound, picked up glove side. Throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. But Bergen gives up 7 runs, including a 3-run inside the park homer from Angelina Lindner. 10 batters reach the plate, and the Roadrunners continue the roll here in game 1, 16-zip.
I like chocolate.
Welcome back here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch from Childs misses outside. We're here with Danielle DePasquale, the daughter of Coach D, who played for the Roadrunners from 2008 to 2009, with an All-American in her freshman year. Danielle, it's good to have you with us. First of all, what does it mean to you to have your father honored this afternoon and to have all these alumni and these friends and family coming out to support him?
I think it's incredible. I think you can see the legacy he's leaving and all these people that have returned back to see him in his final season.
And does it mean a lot to you to see his fruition come through as a head coach, as that'll be a base hit to center field, to play for him in 2008, and then for him to still be here nearly 20 years later and being able to end his career on a high note? What does that mean for you to see him coach this team for so long and shape the lives of so many?
It's been incredible. It's been awesome to see, not only on the field, but at home and from the outside.
Here's a ground ball back to the mound. Throw to first, not in time. Runner's going to get down to third. Diving stop, can't get in there, and the pitcher, Stam, helps their own cause there with a base hit. So 2 runners on against Emily Childs. But, Danielle, what I'll also say is this was before, when you played, it was before RCSJ won their national championships in 2011 and 2012, but they were still very successful when you played. Do you have a favorite story or a favorite memory playing under your dad, Coach DePasquale?
Not one specific, but
any that you can tell, because we've got a lot of time here on the broadcast.
Well, the team that we had, it was such a strong team. The girls were awesome, and I created some bonds that will last forever. I mean, some of them were in my wedding, and I love now watching them and their kids, and now we're seeing them play ball as well, so it's been awesome to see how much can grow from this.
Absolutely, and again, 948 wins. He could get up to 950 today, and for him, when I spoke to Coach D, it was important for him that to end his career here at RCSJ on a high note, because he's got grandchildren at home that he's got that he's going to have to mentor and everything like that, and he felt satisfied, and that's one thing that was great. But just seeing this crowd here today, a little bit chilly, but not a super cold afternoon, and
sunny, beautiful day.
And to see everybody come out and support Coach D, whether they played for him or whether they just knew him, or even if they're family and friends, we've seen a lot of impacts from him. And does that leave an impact on you, the fact that he coached for so long? He coached many players before you. He coached many players after you. You got to see him at a great time in his career in the late 2000s. What does that mean to you, the legacy that he's left here at Rowan?
I mean, it's incredible. He's touched so many lives, and he's helped so many players and girls on and off the field and throughout the community, and it's so cool to see.
Well, Danielle, thank you very much. I'm not going to keep you waiting too much longer, but I appreciate your time hanging with us today. We've got some more special guests coming up our way, but, of course, your dad will be forever remembered at Rowan College, and I think it was Jay Jefferson, the assemblyman. He said it best. He said there will be another coach, but there will never be another Coach D. Danielle, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Count 1-1. Had a strikeout to the number 3 batter while we were talking to Miss DePasquale. That was excellent to talk to her here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll be a strike called. It'll be 1-2. Runners on the corners here. First base hit for Bergen happened with Garrow at the plate. She got her way to third as Stam reached as well. So 2 base hits in this game. DeBar struck out. 8 Ks for Emily Childs here in 3 1/3 innings so far. As the 3-2 is a swing and a miss. That'll be out number 2 and strikeout number 9. As here's Velez, the center fielder.
Number 10, Angelica Velez.
So Angelica Velez, the batter. First pitch to Velez. Strike called. Tune in on Friday, April 24th at 11 a.m. Not at 11 a.m. Excuse me, at 7 p.m. for episode 10 of the South Jersey Starting 9 podcast. The episode will be pre-recorded earlier in the day, but myself and co-host David Cohen will discuss the week's events, including what should be the seeding for the Diamond Classic, along with previews of what could be great playoff matchups in South Jersey. We'll record it earlier in the day, but as we said, we will have the airing of the episode on Friday the 24th at 7 p.m. Should be a fun one from the DWB studios in Audubon. Here's the 1-2 from Childs. That one's poked out towards first. It's picked up. It hit the chalk, so it's a fair ball, and the inning is over. So Bergen held off the board, although they did get 2 base runners on 2 base hits. Bottom of the 4th, last swings for the Roadrunners. If this lead holds, it'll be 16-0. This ball skying in the left field. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder. It'll be extra bases on the first pitch. Now she's going to get down to third. Here comes the throw. It could beat her, but she goes in standing. That is going to be a leadoff triple for Logeren. So the batter will be Rivera.
Calling to the plate for the Roadrunners, number 17, Jordan Rivera.
So Rivera will bat. We do have another guest joining us. It is a man that I have worked with. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted the headset. Please pardon me. That was my boss talking to me. We've got we're going to talk about some All-Americans that the Roadrunners have accumulated over the years with DePasquale. Again, a lot of people, if you're not familiar with the college, they forget that this softball program was established under DePasquale in 1995. So not only has he been the most successful Roadrunner head coach for softball, he has also been the only Roadrunner head coach for their softball program. 32 All-Americans, as here comes a bunt, third base side, glove side, stays fair, runner is out, but the run comes in to score, so it'll be a successful squeeze to make it 17-0 as Rivera drives them in. And it turns out we will have a guest after all. It's our athletic director, Brian Rowan, who will be joining us here in the bottom of the fourth inning. There's one away as that runner was retired at first base. But, boss, it's good to have you here. We just talked to Danielle DePasquale earlier in the top of the fourth inning.
That's great.
First of all, you've been the AD here for 10 years now. This is your 10th year considering Ron Case. That's when he retired. You've gotten to see a lot, not only just in your 10 years, but when you were an assistant to Ron Case.
Yep.
To be around DePasquale. What does this mean to you to have everybody out here today, the alumnus, the friends and family of the coach, to be here and to honor DePasquale?
Hey, great day, Dan. Thanks for being here with us. Coach's impact, tremendous on our entire athletic program and really the college itself and community too. But not just in this softball, and you heard people talk about how he's impacted people's lives on and off the field, but also setting a tone for an athletic department that's had tremendous success. And I mentioned it to some folks yesterday. He really built this program up on the women's side and showed us what we could be on the women's side.
Number 14,
and that led to great success in a lot of our other women's sports. And,
right.
And he set a tone, showed that you could bring in great players. And once he was able to do it, you saw success in a lot of the other women's sports as well. And so his legacy on the softball field, in people's lives, but also across our program, really tremendous. And his family here, awesome stuff. His girls, his son, his wife, they're all great people, as you might expect. And I thought that was great. The president of the college is here.
And the former president, too,
The former
Fred Keating.
president is here. There's just tremendous respect for Coach D on this campus, in this community, and in the softball world.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of women's sports start to rise up at this college. I mean, think about the softball program in general. Only 9 teams in Division III, Region 19 field softball, and the Roadrunners have consistently been one of the best in Region 19 year over year. But you're seeing the rise of the women's volleyball program here. The women's basketball team with Rich Cooper just won a Region 19 championship and traveled, I believe, to Brownwood, Texas for the national championship tournament. And not to mention, it was announced last week that the Roadrunners are adopting women's flag football in the spring of next year. So, yes, you're absolutely right that this has his career and his advocacy for women's sports has really transformed women's athletics at Rowan College. Do you have a favorite memory story with Coach that you can share?
Hey, that's a tricky one, but let me just mention about the women's sports. That my predecessor, Ron Case, was important to him. Was important to me when I came in as the assistant AD. Coach D was a mentor for a lot of us in that area and said, hey, we need to make sure these sports are treated equally and all those great things, and we've done that, and the success has been tremendous. You're right, we're adding our 17th sport, women's flag football, where we really want to be leaders in that area on this campus, and in NJCAA flag football, and we plan to be. I got a lot of different memories with Coach, but those championship runs and watching those teams had to be probably the highlight. Those 2012, 2013 teams, just so special. Christina Morgan, a player who wins the championship game and went through a traumatic injury, eye injury, then the following year in the off-season thing, and comes back and pitches in the championship game again. Just chills and memories there. So many great stories from those years. But I think, just watching those championship teams was just softball at its highest level. Katie Trotter on the mound and Christina, and every position super talented, and no quit, and they played like their coach. Never give up.
That's the sign in the dugout. You got to fight it, and you got to be humble at the same time. It's not an easy job, but if you're a Roadrunner, you have to be prepared for it. But I want to thank you for being here, of course, and of course for having us on as always.
Hey, you're doing a great job, and we're going to have a couple other guests probably in game 2 now, it looks like.
Yeah, this first game's moving pretty quickly. We've already got 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And
great turnout from our alumni.
Thanks
to all of them. Thanks to the folks, every player that might be listening. Thanks to our assistant coaches through the years, all those great assistants that coaches had, all the help that he's had, you know, and going back to Ron Case that hired him early in Steve's career, and then being able to keep him for this long, amazing. And we'll do our very best to find somebody to take the program over and keep a lot of the great structure that's in place, though.
Well, Mr. Rowan, thank you very much. We've got an 0-2 count here to Canales, the center fielder. 2 quick outs for Emily Childs. She will look for the complete game shutout. That one's foul. She's given up 2 hits in this game, both in the top of the 4th inning to Garrow and Stam. But a grand total of 11 strikeouts for the right-hander. Here in a game where she surpassed her 250th inning. No balls, 2 strikes. And there's a swing and a miss. A dozen strikeouts as game 1 comes to a close with a final score of RCSJ 17 and Bergen 0. Roadrunners will improve to 26-5. Looks like it'll be a 30-minute break between games 1 and 2. Remember, if you'd like to watch game 2 of this doubleheader, you can click on our YouTube page under the live tab and click the link that says game 2. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with game 2's broadcast on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.